Now, masenka. I believe we saw earlier with masen could... Let's see. I know in Japanese, based on what I remember, that masen can also be used in a negative context. But masenka is different from that. Masenka is used sort of to extend an invitation, but maska is not that. That's how you would say a question. So to invite someone, like say, would you like to eat lunch with me? We have hirugohan wo tabemasen ka? Now, word order, this is what I was talking about earlier. This confused me so much that I just copied and I just took a screenshot of what the textbook said and put it in here so that I could refer to it without any sort of like confusion about it. So, word order. Japanese sentences are fairly flexible in the arrangement of elements that appear in them. Generally, sentences are made up of several noun particle sequences followed by a verb or an adjective, which in turn is often followed by a sentence final particle such as ka, ne, or yo. Among the noun particle sequences, their relative orders are to a large extent free. A typical sentence, therefore, they gave an example in the book, but when I first read this, it didn't make any sense at all. Even now, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So I had to sort of make my own notes about this and what it actually means. So here I've broken down a sentence. Watashi wa kyou toshokan de Nihongo o benkyou shimasu. Now this sentence means I will study Japanese at the library today, but in terms of the order, if you were to just sort of translate it directly from Japanese to English, it would more or less say, I, today, library, Japanese language, study. Or it would start with the subject, go with the time, the place, the object of the sentence, and then ending on the verb. Another example I have here is Watashi wa yoku 75 I believe that's, or 75 or 7 goro. I don't know. Let's review this individual kanji and see what I'm missing. So, toki, time, hour, moment. So, let's see this in. No toki. So in the example here, alright. It can also be used for an occasion. So when you do something like driving a car, there are these other ones. But up here, just looking for time, hour, for toki. Ah, but down here, G. hour, o'clock. I was right, I think. So, 7時頃、家へ帰ります。私はよく7時頃、家へ帰ります。I often go home around 7. And then directly translated as I often, around 7, home, return. We have the subject, the frequency, the time, and we have the goal, and then ending on the verb. And then my final notes, trying to make sense of these sentences and their structure, is Japanese sentences end with the verb, which is different from English sentences, where the verb usually comes after the subject. I went to the store would probably look like I store went to in Japanese. A simpler example is I love you in Japanese being I, you, love. Oh, that was a mind twister. We're on page 7 now. We're almost there. Cool. Now, frequency adverbs. Frequency adverbs describe how often you do something or how you don't do something often. And here we see what I was talking about with masen. Because when you say that you don't do something, you add masen to it. But there are also positive and negative versions of frequency adverbs. So here we have mainichi, which means every day, yoku, which means often, and tokidoki, which means sometimes. And some negative versions of frequency verbs are zenzen, which is never, and amari, which is not often. So I guess if you wanted to describe something as with masen as you don't do it every day, then it would be mainichi masen. Oh wow, would you look at that. This is the final bit of note that we're going to be going over. And we're finally describing what the topic particle wa is supposed to be, even though we've been using it for quite a while. Which is strange, you know? So, the particle wa is used to indicate what the topic of a sentence is, and it's usually the subject of the sentence, but not always. And there are several ways that it can be used. I guess they're putting this here since you've only been using it one way so far, but now you can learn different ways of using it. So, Mary-san, I think, see, it was Shumatsu. Shumatsu wa tai te nani o shimasu ka? This is asking Mary what she does on the weekend. So, we start out with Mary, who is the person we're talking to. But since we're asking what she's doing on the weekend, that's sort of... I guess it's like there are two subjects here. There's the subject we're talking to, and the subject we're talking about. And 今日は京都に行きます. 今日 means today. So, today, I have it written down here, was used to promote the time as the topic of the sentence. So the time is the topic, while here with this first example, Mary is the subject. So I guess subject and topic are different, but also there's subject object as well. Oh well. Learning about grammar is complicated, I think. Yeah, I think no matter what language you're talking about, learning the grammar and how it works or how it contradicts itself is interesting, but also brain-breaking. Anyway, this last little thing. In these examples, wa is used to direct a listener's attention and invite a response from them. So, I think this is asking about either lunch or dinner. Let's go and check it in Jisho. Ah, bangohan. I was correct. It's asking about dinner. So, bangohan wa more or less asking, will you be eating dinner? And then the response to that here is tabemasen. I will not eat. Yeah, beloathed grammar. It can be so easy growing up, speaking a language, but then not knowing exactly what that grammar is supposed to be. It just seems natural to you. But then you try to learn about it, and something that was second nature to you is now like an alien concept. But with that, in just about an hour, a little over an hour, we've managed to catch up with all the notes that I have so far. I honestly thought I had more than that, or that would take longer than that. But you know, this was a pleasant surprise, and for my first stream, it's probably good that I don't have to do too much. So I think with that, I'm probably going to end it here, since I wasn't expecting to do more than that today. So, my next stream, I'm planning on having it on Monday, probably sometime either in the morning or in the early afternoon. I'm playing D&D with some friends tomorrow, so I won't really have time to stream. And also it's good to have one day in a week where I just won't plan on streaming at all. Just a day where I can relax. I'm also going to be moving out of my apartment next week on Sundays. So I think Monday and Tuesday I'll be able to stream, but Wednesday and Thursday I won't, and then I'll pick it up again on Friday and Saturday. Anyway, yeah. So I think that's basically it. Oh my god, thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I know some of you guys were just lurkers, but I really appreciate you guys being here for my first ever stream. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I hope I'll be able to see you guys next time. Goodbye! Ja ne! Ja mata! I'll see you next time!